record here is me messing around with my my Moog equipment, using all of the analog CV ins and outs to kind of get an interesting sound here. I've been wanting to mess with modulars, and this is kind of my way of trying to find a way to use some of the things I already have to make something really interesting. So if you pull out the pitch and trigger inputs that I have coming from the Moogerfoogers and the keyboard, it's already set to do what sounds a little bit like an analog sequence. If I take off the filter, it's basically all coming from the sample and hold modulation here. So this is coming from the ring modulator, and it's the LFO out right now. You can also use the carrier out and get a little bit more of a steady drone. The LFO out gives you a really interesting interval that you can control. The LFO amount, the distance that you go on the knob is how big the interval is, and the rate is how fast it changes in that interval. And actually the notes correspond really well to the lines. So it keeps it easy to get something that makes sense tonally if that's what you're looking for. And I still have the final sound coming through the actual Moogerfooger itself and through the phaser here. If I turn these on, I still have my phaser and my ring modulator on top of that, and I'm adding a frequency on top of that. From the ring modulator itself, which this works like an oscillator. Now, out of this 12-stage phaser, I think it's interesting if you take the LFO out of it as well, and then run it into the trigger CV input. And the LFO of the phaser starts playing notes. So it starts telling the synth when to start and end the note. So if you turn it up a little bit higher. So you get this really great diving sound by using the sine wave of the LFO. Right. So yeah, you can still, even though this is all set up this way, you can't really affect anything with the keyboard, but using the filter, you can do some pretty cool stuff. And on this left hand side, all the way left, it says tone sources, and you can adjust pitch there a little bit more, which is a little bit harder to get it to dial into something melodic, but this is all cool. What I like about this synth though is I can get something going like this. Which is a nice little ambient sound. Bring that down a little bit, and there's this polyphony slider. So now the keyboard works, but only for the polyphony section. So the polyphony is still going through the filters the same way. turn it out so you can hear that. So if you run it from the frequency, you can get a little bit more of a dependable sort of tone. It all stays based off of the same note. So I've just taken the oscillators out of sync and tuned the first and second oscillator to thirds here.